Before Omega introduced their Seamaster 300 dive watch in 1957, the first dive watch dates back to the early 1930s, known as the Marines. However, the Marines was quite a complicated watch to wear, so Omega introduced the Marine Standard in 1939 under the case model CK3635, which I will focus on in this video. And if you would like to learn about the Marine models, please click on the link above. The Marine Standard is a rather well-made timepiece. It is commonly mistaken for other rectangular models throughout the 30s and 40s. After you finish watching this video, you'll be able to tell a Marine Standard the next time you see one. Even though this is quite a rare model to collect, if you Google search, you'll be able to find many dials and hands variation that came with the Marine Standard watch. CK3635 only existed in solid stainless steel. The case measures 23mm across, excluding the crown, by 38mm from lug tip to lug tip. It is considered a reasonably large watch for a vintage rectangular or square watch throughout the 1930s to the 1950s. The case thickness, including the flat acrylic crystal, measures 8.7mm. The original unsigned crown measures 6mm wide with a 1.7mm thickness. The case lug width measures 17.5mm, but an 18mm strap fits perfectly on this model. The case has three separate parts. You have the case outer body, including the lugs and these two fundamental hinges that clips and securely hold and lock the case back. When the hinges are released, the inner case with the crystal and case back can be pressed out. The tightly fitted original crystal can only be removed by breaking or melting it out of the case after the movement is removed. The original unsigned crown does not take a gasket. Instead, the thick gasket is inside the case tube. When you open the case back, a thin, water-resistant gasket is inside the crease. The size of this gasket is vital. If it is too thick, the two hinges will not be able to clip onto the case back. And if it is too thin, the hinges will not be able to grip hold against the back tightly. Inside the case back, you have these serial number and patent information. There are two other Marines models with similar cases to the Marine Standard under case model CK3637 and 3863, known as the Marine Deluxe. CK3637 would look almost identical to a Marine Standard. Here's an old ad from the early 1940s comparing the prices of a Marine Standard and the Deluxe models. The information provided in this advertisement allows you to differentiate the two Marines apart. The body of the case inner frame on the Marine Standard is longer than the Deluxe. That means the crystal size and dial on the Deluxe will appear smaller. When you compare these two Marines models in their full steel version, the Deluxe will cost more since it takes a sapphire crystal instead of acrylic. Aside from that, the Deluxe models comes in solid 14K and 18K gold as well. The difficult decision is if you had to choose to buy one of the two Marine models, which one would you choose? The Standard with a larger dial to read, or the Deluxe with a smaller dial but takes a sapphire crystal instead? You can leave your answer and explanation in the comment section down below. I'm interested to know. The Marine Standard takes a caliber T17 manual wind movement with 17 joules. it is a movement with the small second feature instead of the center second. Caliber T17 is a great and well-made movement. However, it does not have a shock-resistant balance like the many movement of the pre-mid 1940s and earlier. Therefore, the balance staff is more sensitive to breaking off due to a drop compared to a balance bridge with the shock system. In the vintage Omega community, Caliber T17 is considered the successor of a Caliber 20F, and Caliber 17.8 is the successor movement of the T17. The Marine Standard may have come with a few different strap tones and boxes depending on the country. While searching online, I found an example of the original box including the clasp and strap. This example is from an Omega collector named Thomas, and you can follow his Instagram account at tdn.dk. He has a lot of nice Omega watches. The Marine Standard is a simple watch, and with a qualified restoration service and care, you can wear it daily like a new watch. I would not recommend you to swim or shower with the watch on, but wearing the watch in the rain or washing your hands will not harm the timepiece. Before you wear the watch, hand wind the crown fully, and then pull the crown out a knob to set the time. Turning the hands in the counterclock direction will not damage the movement. And here's the Lady Marine Standard watch. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video and have learned a lot about the Omega Marine Standard. Make sure to like this video as that will help this channel a lot. If this is your first time watching my video, make sure to subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. You can also support my work on Patreon or simply by clicking on that thanks button down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you again in the following video.